Vince Montero here, and in the last few videos I've talked about how to create all the different sponsored product campaigns, as well as the sponsored brand campaigns both for video ads and keyword-based campaigns. But there is also a product targeting or ASIN targeting based campaign for the sponsored brand, and I want to make sure you guys know what that is, know why it's important for you to be seen on your competitors' product detail pages. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at Amazon. So I've already selected a product detail page after doing a search for bike racks, and there is lots of different ads on here, but most of them at the top are sponsored display, which I'll go over when I start making those campaign types. In the middle here, you see the sponsored product targeting campaigns. Again, these are campaigns that you can do when you are not brand registered, but if you are brand registered, that's when you can start doing sponsored brand campaigns, which is what we're talking about today. Now, Amazon does move these around quite a bit, but for now, on this particular detailed page, the only place that I'm really seeing a sponsored brand ad is right here at the bottom of the page, again, below another line of sponsored product targeting campaigns. So this one here is also a sponsored brand campaign. This ad happens to be the same owner of the page too. So this brand is also targeting their own pages when they're showing different ads. So, imagine if there was another rack here, another competitor. This might, just be enough to call the attention of a shopper who has landed on this detail page and click on it. So you can see it's a full kind of branding campaign, and usually when you see anything with a large image, that's a sponsored brand ad. The sponsored displays are usually kind of small. There were a couple at the top. There's usually like one here, yeah, see at the side, actually same exact image. So you can tell this is sponsored display. It's a lot smaller than the sponsored brand campaigns. I think that was pretty much it. And here's another sponsored display, again, kind of small. Lots of different ad placements on the page. But for sponsored brand, it's here. Sometimes I've seen this, above this carousel. Sometimes I've seen two different ads here. So still large images because there's, some space on each side. So anyways, this is the version of sponsored brands that we're going to be creating in the Amazon Ads console today. All right, so I'm in the account and we're just going to click on sponsored brands to go into that campaign type. And again, if you've been watching any of these other videos, I already have the title saved because I already know what I want to build, and your naming convention is very important. So in this example, I know that I'm showing all racks, which means I'm showing at least 3 different types of racks. In the campaign, it is sponsored brands, and I'm doing product targeting. So to me, product targeting means both ASIN-based targeting and category targeting, which I will explain how to do that. But always just make sure that the names make sense to you so that at a glance at a campaign name, you know what's going on with that in. So I'm going to go ahead and do $100, the daily budget. That's just the minimum that I like to start with. I'm going to leave the automated bidding alone because generally that's okay, except for the sponsor brand video that I showed you guys previously. And again, we only recommend doing one ad group per campaign, so I typically just make the ad group the same name as the campaign name, and for sponsored brands it's a new feature anyways. I'm not quite sure why they're adding ad groups into sponsored brands, but there it is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and leave it on product collection. Means we're going to promote multiple products from a landing page of your choice, and then we're going to have them go to a store page. You can create a landing page if you wanted to, just showcasing the 3 different products, but if you do have a store, I think it's worth going ahead and sending them to your store page, especially if you have a really built out home page that showcases all your different products. Again, we're doing product targeting. In my last video, we stayed on keyword targeting, and right away you see when you click on product targeting, Amazon does a pretty good job of coming up with different categories to potentially show your ad to. So in this case, there's quite a few here. Actually, way more than I expected. So you really have to be careful what you're selecting here. You could always do searches if you want to drill down into exactly what you're looking for by typing it in. But this would change obviously based on whatever you type in here. But generally speaking, the suggested is okay. So I'm going to go with bike racks and stands, but I'm going to click the refine button. Never just click add. Always click refine so that you can actually drill down into exactly what you're looking for. Now, when you select on category targets, you do get a couple of different options here to kind of drill down. You could either select specific brands that you want to be seen on, and Amazon's just basically letting me know that all these brands are in the same, category as bike racks for this product. So you could be specific with that if you wanted to. You could do price range, or you could do star rating. So if I want to be competitive, this product is $179. I would say I don't want to be seen on anything less than, more expensive than that, which means mine is more competitive. But since it's such a small sampling, this is a Canada campaign, so there's less products. I'm just going to go down on the star rating. You can see it automatically drops this to 47 to 78 products, which is not very much. But I do know that this average star rating for this product is 4.5. So keeping it away from product detail pages that are 5 stars will give me somewhat of a competitive advantage. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on the suggested bid right there, because that seems it's on the high end right now, which Amazon has been doing recently, is doing the suggested bid as the same as the highest. And the reason I'm okay with just that one category is because I'm also going to be adding individual products. I already have some ASINs that I've saved from doing some product research earlier on, which I definitely suggest that you always do. You can go by recommendations here, but I prefer to do research and then enter at least, for Canada, it's a much slower market, so I'm doing 20 keywords. In the US, I'd say no more than 10. But yeah, always do your keyword or ASIN research to let Amazon know where you want your ad to be seen on what detail pages. So we've got 21, 20 direct ASINs as well as the one category. Again, I'm going to leave them all on the suggested bid. And in the ad name, I've been kind of leaving these alone, but I'm going to go ahead and just change this to product collection ad. No, I'm just going to change this to what this is, product targeting SB, because I'm not quite sure where these ad names are appearing yet. This is new, so it's probably going to be seen somewhere in new reporting from Amazon. Now, since I have done a couple of these before, we've already got the logo saved, the brand name saved, and Amazon's already selected some products, and they are the wrong products. So this is one thing that I mentioned before. If you want, basically for the start this flow from the bottom, go from the bottom up, because you really want to make sure that you're advertising the products that you really want to advertise. Now in this example, you can see these are not the most effective products. You've got 2 stars, 3 stars, 124. I know we have better products than this, so I'm going to go ahead and X these out. The Fender one I will leave there, but let's see how the other ones do. So yeah, much better. This 2-pack of this rack, 533 stars. So that's definitely a top seller. So I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to add another one. Let's see, I'm just looking for something that is better than now that Fender rack. So we've got the classic rack. I'm only trying to promote the 2-packs. So there's this one here. Okay. And let's see. So we've got this classic, the Fender. I'll leave that there. It's 124, but it does not need to be in first position. So we can go ahead and just switch these around really quickly. And now you can see how that layout looks. So now that you've got the right product selected, then you can do the rest of these steps. I really think Amazon should have the products as the first step. I don't know why. It's new, so this will probably get changed around, hopefully, if they see videos like this with people asking questions. I do suggest whenever you can to add creative, because it does make your ads pop. If you remember, there was creative in that image I showed you on that product detail page. It was right in the center, so it looked really, it obviously stood out. So I do know there are some creative assets here, so I'm going to go ahead and select this one. And you'll automatically get a view of this, even though this isn't going to be mobile top of search. Let's see, search footer, so something similar to that. Anyway, you get the idea. That image is going to be integrated into that ad. So we're going to go back. Now that's done. And we're going to do a headline. Again, I've already got something saved here that uses pretty much the exact characters. So, you do really want to use as many characters as possible. It does make the ad stand out a little bit. And you can do capital in front of each word. I know that it's some people say don't do that, but it does save every time I do it. So I'm going to still keep every word capitalized until something else happens or it gets rejected for that reason. So everything else is clear, and I'm pretty sure that was the last step. Yeah, we already got the ASINs in there. So all that's left to do is click submit for review. And hopefully, yes, that has gone in just fine. So we are good to go. And again, with sponsored brand campaigns, it can take typically 24 to 48 hours to get those approvals through. So just make sure if you get denied, you have to go in and make some changes. So hope you enjoyed that video and keep watching. I'm going to keep creating the different campaign types. So next up is probably going to be sponsored display. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates on these types of videos.